Hey y'all, we are doing another reading vlog. We are moving on and doing New Moon by Stephanie Meyer. I'll be honest, I've already filmed this intro and I was actually uploading the completed video on YouTube when something went horribly wrong. I'm still not sure exactly how it happened other than technology hates me, but the footage from my intro just got deleted and I can't find it anywhere. So here we are filming this again. I had no idea what I said in that intro, but that's okay. Just like the Twilight video, I read through this book and then I watched the movie because I hate myself. Does anybody else have a really hard time pulling them outside of a movie to book adaptation and like you just compare the two the whole time? I definitely have that issue. I read and watched New Moon. Here's what happened. Bella's dream at the beginning of this is actually like pretty haunting. Like, creeps me out. Alice says, don't women usually wait till they're 29 to get upset over birthdays? I'm 29 right now, guys. That hurts a little bit. I'm low-key like really mad at Edward for leaving Bella like that. What did he think was gonna happen, honestly? We have a little change in scenery today because I am actually at work. I just finished my lunch, so of course I was reading while I ate, and I just have to say this book is like a love letter to Jacob. This is the book where you realize why there could ever be a question between choosing Edward and Jacob. Like, he's just exactly what she needs in this book, and I love him. Bella and Jacob are Midnight Rain from Taylor Swift, and you cannot convince me otherwise. I can't help but feel like Bella in New Moon is Winona Ryder in Stranger Things. Like, stress level wise. In the movie, Bella seems pretty calm, but all I can picture while reading this is Winona Ryder in Stranger Things. When Charlie and Alice are talking about, Charlie's telling Alice that Bella acted like someone died after Edward left, and Bella's thinking about how like it was like someone had died, but not only that, but like her whole future that she had imagined and planned for was also dead. Like the whole family she thought she was gonna have, the whole life that she had chosen was like ripped away when Edward left. And I feel like that makes Bella's like intense sadness make a lot more sense. Like, she didn't just lose Edward, she lost like this whole life that she thought she was gonna have. I don't know, I just feel like it makes Bella seem a little less crazy. Okay, maybe not less crazy, but like it makes more sense why she's as sad as she is. Making myself a little snack, and since I'm going to be rewatching New Moon, it made me think about the first time that I've ever watched it. Do you guys remember when like midnight premieres were actually a thing? Like, normally they were Thursday night, they were actually at midnight, and you and all your friends would go even though you had school the next day. Going to see movies at that time was like the absolute best. But I think New Moon came out my sophomore year of high school. I used to live in Spring Creek, which is this teeny tiny town in Nevada. I'll be surprised if you know where that is because typically people have no idea. But at this point, I was living in Utah, and sometimes I'd go back to Spring Creek to like visit friends. So when New Moon came out, I had decided to go to Spring Creek to watch it with one of my good friends. And we had another friend that was actually living in Utah at the time also. So he came and picked me up and we drove together to Spring Creek so we could go to the midnight premiere of New Moon. It was such a fun trip. We made t-shirts for the movie. That used to be like the thing that everyone did, was make t-shirts for the new movies coming out. Anyway, it was a great trip. I don't even remember that much about the movie itself. I mean, I've seen the movie like a million times at this point, but I remember very little about actually sitting in the movie theater and watching it. Okay, I'm at the point where Alice and Bella are heading to go stop Edward from being killed by the Volturi. And Bella is saying that if Alice can turn her into a vampire, then Edward can still run after his distractions all he wanted, but she could follow him. That annoys me so bad. Like, Bella, no. Why? She's like so desperate to be with him. She doesn't care whether he wants her or not. Like, she's still gonna just follow after him. Like, Bella. Okay, I guess Edward redeems himself just a little bit because you find out he was hurting just as much as Bella was while he was away. I'm still mad at him because this whole thing was like his fault in the first place. Like, he should have just stayed. Plus, was he not thinking like he would be putting her and Charlie and everyone else in major danger with Laurent and Victoria? Like, obviously they were gonna find out that they weren't around. Like, it just seems really stupid. But the second you find out how miserable Edward was, like, oh, I'm just as pathetic as Bella is. And I'm done. I finally finished New Moon. I am so excited to start the movie. I'm actually feeling pretty hungry right now, so I'll probably make some lunch and get a little drink and then start New Moon. I'm so excited. Okay, I've got my food and I am ready to watch New Moon. I just did, not that any of you are interested, but one of my favorite snacks, I just do avocado and tomatoes and cheese with balsamic vinegar or a balsamic glaze and salt and pepper. It's really easy and it's really yummy, so let's start New Moon.
These violent delights have violent ends.
They finally mentioned Jasper's ability to like affect people's moods, but like super briefly. It's almost like they just threw it in to have it in there, but they don't like go into any detail or anything. And I don't believe it's brought up again, but I can't remember for sure. Robert Pattinson's facial expressions when like they're at Bella's birthday party and her arm gets like cut open and she's bleeding everywhere. His facial expressions actually give me chills. It's almost like he goes from like being the loving boyfriend to like, I could kill you right now. Like, he almost looks like he has no emotion whatsoever. He just like has this need to feed and it's the creepiest thing ever. Like, bravo, Robert Pattinson. Really cool that in the movie when she goes back to her and Edward's meadow, it's like dead because it's just like matches how she's feeling inside. I don't know. It was a cool idea. I feel like the way Bella finds out about Jacob in the movie is way more entertaining than how it is in the book. I think maybe because it feels so drawn out in the book. In the movie, it's just like a little more exciting the way it happens. Also, can we talk about when Jacob cuts his hair and that stupid wig comes off? Like, how does he look 10 times better and also like older? It's so weird. But yeah, I know some people were really sad about them cutting his hair like when these first came out, but I don't get it because he looks so much better with the short hair. The wig did him no favors.
It must be nice never getting cold.
It's a wolf thing. It's not. It's a Jacob thing.
I always feel really bad for Jacob. There's a line in the book where she says something like she loves him, but it'll never be enough. And
Please, Mama. Just stay here. For Charlie. For me.
We have to go.
I'm begging you. Please.
Goodbye, Jacob.
okay, so I just finished New Moon, and holy cow, Bella really puts her dad through the ringer on this one. I thought that too while I was reading the book. More so during the book, I feel like. They like cut some stuff out of the movie, and I feel like he has it a little bit easier in the movie, but she's rough on him, and he's like the best dad ever. Same with Carlisle. Carlisle's a really good dad too. But that made me really excited to get on to Eclipse and read that one next. I'm curious, who's Team Jacob and who's Team Edward? I mean, it's obviously not like a debate for her. She knows what she wants, and the only reason the whole Jacob thing comes in is because Edward was stupid. But like, I feel like some people really prefer her to be with Jacob over Edward. I don't know who I choose, honestly. My cat's giving me the most grumpy face right now, but she's also purring at the same time. It's very confusing. Kitty bug. In the book, they make her seem so young and immature. It doesn't really feel like she's friends with Alice. Alice just like babysits her. And same with Edward. It kind of feels like he's like talking to a kid anytime he talks to her, which I don't love that about the book. In the movies, she seems more, well, and it probably helps that they all look the same age, but I don't know. Anyway, I'd love to hear what you guys think about the book and the movie. I'd love to talk to you about it. I could go on and on about these books and these movies, so I want to hear your thoughts and opinions, and yeah, let's talk about it. Okay, Twihards, that was it for this video, and I hope to see you next Wednesday.